So this week was kind of ridiculous. Last week I was sick and it was awful, but this week we got to finally do stuff. Got out of the house, did a whole bunch of stuff. We went food shopping with the baby. She's awesome. We get to ride in a little shopping cart thing, and got to do that, which was very cool. He loves doing that. I don't know why, but the kid loves going grocery shopping. Keeps him busy, and he just sits there and is chilling out the whole time we're driving. It's awesome. And if you do this when you're at a grocery store, I hate your guts. Don't do this. Move the cart to the side. Don't leave it in the middle of the aisle. My wife celebrated her birthday, so we had that. Here's some cool slow motion candle stuff. And then we went shopping with her to a makeup store, which is my personal hell, if I had to describe one, because there's nothing to do except for rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of just utter ridiculousness. And by utter ridiculousness, I mean stuff that people makes them feel good and stuff. I don't get it. I don't understand makeup, but whatever. But there's just so much of it, and the people there are like on you all the time to do stuff, and it just sucks. It's like I don't know. It's high pressure sales, I guess, and I don't like it. I'd rather just be left alone, or my wife left alone, so that she can shop and I can get out of there sooner, so I can go to the Best Buy that's next door, because that's where we're at. Also, our solar panels finally got hooked up, which is awesome. We got them hooked up. They've been on the house for like 2 weeks, but the electricity company had to come in and put a new meter in so that the electricity could go backwards, so we get credit for it. So they did that, and now we're getting fully functioning solar power, which is pretty sweet. So I'm pretty excited about what happened this week. There's a whole bunch else going on. I also got to take some tools out this weekend because the baby boy's room, is getting kind of cold. The weather's starting to shift here in the fall, and not this weird Indian summer that we had last week. And his room is really cold sometimes. There's not great insulation. And when they're doing the solar panel stuff, they ran some lines in our attic, which the attic access is in his closet. And I think some of the insulation that was on the kind of door that goes there got knocked down. So it's a really, really thin strip of wood. I think it's like a 1/4-inch piece of paneling that they just screwed into the wall when they built the house. So I took that, I cut up some 2x4s or some 2x6s. I cut those up, screwed them onto the door, and then put spray foam insulation and weather stripping around it so that I could screw it back into the wall and have it all ready to go. So hopefully that should help out with the situation in there, and it's also a good excuse to use my tools. One of the other big things that's going on right now is that I'm taking a mentoring class. I have a mentor, or a mentee, should I say, here at school, and this is my 7th year of teaching, so I've been at it a little while, and I guess I've gotten to the point where somebody wanted me to kind of shadow and help out an upcoming teacher, so that's what I'm doing, and it's awesome. As part of that, I need to take a class for my school district so that I can be kind of totally or kind of have the knowledge background to go through that properly. So I'm doing that, which is cool. But we're reading a book, and I really like this book. You can see the book here. But basically the book's idea is kind of that all teachers can be master teachers. And that's such a cool concept because when you think of master teacher, like if you ever seen a movie that has teachers and that kind of stuff in it, you always hear of like, or see this one teacher who goes above and beyond, does all this amazing stuff, and then they have an impact on this group of kids. But this book kind of argues that that's kind of not really how teaching goes, and any teacher will tell you that's really not true. But the book argues that every teacher could be a master teacher, could be a phenomenal teacher, could be something that inspires everybody. And as teachers, we should work towards that. Teaching is not something that's inherently built into you. Some people have a couple of head starts, but that's true of everything. Like some people are naturally artistic. My wife is very artistic. I am not. But you can grow those skills, you can change them and do things, and everybody should be aspiring towards being a master teacher, which I think is really cool. Part of this whole little vlog series over this course of this year that I'm going to be doing this for is to reflect on what's happening and what's not only happening in my life, but also more importantly my school life, so I can kind of look back and see things. And right now, the idea of being a master teacher, being somebody who is so good at their job and knows how to do things proper ways, not all the time is going to do them the proper way, but to know that they can go through and look at things and change things and go on the fly and just influence kids in a good, positive way and just have a great impact on them. I think that's awesome. That's where my brain's at, and that's kind of where I've been sitting this week. So I'm pretty happy about it, and that's kind of what we're doing. So that's all I got this week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.